Hello, Andy Graham of Hobo Traveler. I'm going to show the stereotypical microbus. Here I'm in the Route 66 museum. Unfortunately, I'm old enough to know what this is. This is 1972 VW microbus. I was graduated in 1974. So this was brand new 2 years before I graduated. I had cars that were that old. This was your cliche bus for your hippy-dippy situation in the 1960s. At the end of the beat generation, then you had kind of this hippie generation in the 1960s. Then it came into this I hate the United States generation, which was at the at the end of the Vietnam War, which was right around 1974. I'm not sure the exact date. This Bob Waldmeyer, which is kind of interesting, he's a vegan, so he seemed to, which again I will show him here. It's kind of a celebration of the beat generation, then the counterculture generation, and I don't know what you want to call it now. I was a protester of the Vietnam War. Had no clue what it was about until I went to Vietnam. I've been to 90 countries, but it's kind of embarrassing to realize you was protesting something you knew nothing about. This is his van. I think they've, I sure hope he didn't have all these things in there. Contrary to this, you know, I was laughing, there's a Mahatma Gandhi thing in there, which he basically, Mahatma Gandhi and Henry David Thoreau and some of these people basically celebrated the idea of the less things you have in life, the better. So we have this kind of revolt in our planet where people want to escape things, or they want to celebrate the past, or they want to do all sorts of stuff. Impeach Bush. I don't know when the man died. This is a very typical hippy-dippy van. You know, what's interesting, there's people now my age that are still listening to the same music, still living the same life. Now, that's the problem for me, is that this is a permanently popped up van, so I think you could stand in it. You got a lot of stuff, but the celebration to me, see, you can be defined by what you're not. You can be defined what you are and what you're not. And a lot of this is like, I'm not Bush, right? So this is kind of cool. He's got an awning over here, which is, I just made a thing like this. I don't know if you can stand up in there very easy. I think you can. One of the huge problems of these types of vans is that, how do you... This is funny. We can be defined by what we're not. And so when we're out searching for ourselves, which is essentially, in a lot of ways, what everybody that buys one of these types of van, I'm not as old as he was, and I don't know, how he even funded it. I asked the girl, and she really didn't know, which is the first thing I ask a traveler is, how do you get money? Because you can't live without money. Well, this is the cliche van of the the anti-war movement of the 1960s, up to 75. We all got in these things, and it just happened to be the only kind of van really at the time, which is, sadly, is German, right? It's a Volkswagen. So it's a humorous thing. Andy, Hobo Traveler, in the Route 66 Museum in Pontiac, Illinois.